welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about something personal, something that I haven't even released to my actual friends yet. I'm keeping it kind of on the down low because it's not something I'm super proud of, but it is a reality and I can't change that. So basically, guys, I'm unemployed. I am unemployed. I am 100% unemployed right now, so you're probably going to be seeing a lot of uploads in the near future, this week, next week, and the week after. So here's the deal. So I am unemployed, but I'm not like officially unemployed. Like I'm unemployed, but I'm not going to be unemployed forever. There's a catch. All right, guys, so I am unemployed, sick. No, here's actually what happened. So I'm kind of in a weird stage right now because I have a part-time job that I used to work at on the weekends, like in between my actual job. Like I would just work there on the weekends for some extra hours, which is kind of what I'm using right now for backup during this time that I am unemployed. So what happened basically was I was working at my job and I got a job offer like a few weeks ago. And I was like, it was like an amazing job offer, so I didn't really want to pass it up. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that job offer. Well, I thought about it for a really long time actually, and then I just decided to take it just because it's like a really good job offer. And so I took the job offer, I signed off on it, and sent it in and told my employer about it. But here's the thing, I graduated college in June, meaning I had only been with the company, let's call them X and Y, because I don't want to name any companies, I don't want to name drop, I don't want to do any of that. So basically I just kind of told company X that I would be starting with company Y, but the problem is that I started with company X at the end of June. That's when I graduated college, that's when I got hired on, and I had only been with them for 3 months. Now, the probationary period is for 6 months. So what happened was I told my supervisor about it, my operations supervisor about it, and she said, okay, awesome, so what are they offering you? And I told her that I would be getting a pay raise, a substantial pay raise, and it's a bigger company, yada yada yada. And then she counter offered almost immediately. So I was kind of surprised, to say the least, because I wasn't expecting that, especially since I'd only been there for 3 months. So I was taken back a little bit and I was like, well, I'll think about it. So then I went back to my desk, started working, everything was as normal. And then I was sitting at my desk just working away, and then all of a sudden she came back over and said, okay, we're gonna have a meeting with the manager. So I was like, okay, perfect. So then we went into his office, we all three of us sat down, shut the door behind us, and then they told me that essentially I would be let go immediately. This was at 12 noon. They were like, yeah, see you later. So I was in shock, like I was rattled. I was like, wait, what? Like you guys just counter offered and now you're gonna let me go immediately? I was like, that's weird. So I was kind of like shocked and I was like, so it's just cold turkey like that? Like you're just gonna let me go? I can't. I offered to stay to work for another 2 weeks and they would not accept it. I said, can I at least stay until the end of the week? This was on a Wednesday. I was like, can I stay until Friday to finish up my week? They said, nope. They say, good luck with company Y. And, no hard feelings, but we're just gonna have to let you go. That's under our policy. Now, I read the policy and I was aware of the policy and I was aware of the 6-month probationary period. So I didn't really realize why they wanted to let me go right away, because in my eyes, I could have stayed for an extra two or 3 weeks. See, the thing is, I'm starting with company Y in 3 weeks. Left company X last Wednesday. That's when they got rid of me. So now I'm left unemployed for 3 weeks. So that's basically what happened. Now, the thing is, what it states, and I'll read it to you guys. I'll read you guys the policy so you know what's up. Now, this is directly from the employee handbook. This is what it says, okay? I read this before even telling them anything, which is why I'm actually surprised, because this doesn't, I feel like it's kind of like a gray area. It's kind of a weird situation. Like, they're not in the wrong, I'm not in the wrong, but they definitely did me not very nicely, because they had the option to keep me. They would have had the option to keep me for an extra 2 or 3 weeks. I could have trained somebody up, anything. I could have kept working for them for 3 weeks. I could have helped them with some work, and they were very behind on work, to say the least. So if I would have stayed another 3 weeks, that would have helped them tremendously. But this is what it says for the probationary period. Now I quote, the probationary period for some technical and managerial positions where more assessment is required may be longer than 6 months. So typically a probationary period with said company is 6 months. I was aware of that. I was well aware of that. Now it says right here, at any time during the probationary period, you are free to resign without giving notice, and conversely, we may release you on the same basis if we feel you are not meeting our required standards to perform the job. Now, here's the thing. I did have the required standards to perform my job. In fact, I was doing them a favor by letting them know 3 weeks in advance that I'd be transferring to a new company instead of just dropping the ball on them the day of. So I thought to myself, before telling them anything, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna tell them 3 weeks ahead of time. This gives them some time to find somebody else to fill me in, and I'll continue working for them and working hard for them because they were behind on some work. And I thought, you know what, they were nice to me in the beginning, so I'll do them this favor. Yeah, that backfired tremendously. So I figured, perfect, I'm gonna be with them another few weeks. And they essentially just told me no. Like right off the bat, they were just like, yeah, no, see you later. And that kind of shocks me a little bit, because here it says, if we feel you are not meeting our required standards to perform the job, we can get rid of you at any time. It does not specify if you have found a new position and you sign the offer of employment and you notify the company of that they will get rid of you immediately. I was not aware of that. And normally I spoke to a few people, and a lot of people said, yeah, it depends on the company. And other people said, yeah, they're being very rude to you by doing that. And other people are like, yeah, that's normal. So I guess it kind of, like, every company is different, right? Every company has a few different policies, and it's a bit wishy-washy. There's no uniform standard. There's no universal standard for company policies. It varies from company to company, which is why I was so taken aback. I was so surprised. I was shocked. I was rattled. I was like, whoa, wait, so you want me to leave right now, right this minute? I can't even work for you for another 2 weeks. I told them I'm offering to work up until I leave. And they were like, nope, see you later, have a good day, and I hope, all the best to you in the future. And I was like, that is weird. I was surprised, I was shocked, I came home. So guys, I am unemployed for the next 3 weeks, brother. So expect a lot of uploads because I don't have too much else to do, honestly. I basically, for the next 3 weeks, this is me time, right? I'm sleeping in, I am going to the gym, training hard, and focusing on YouTube, which I like doing. But I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. And to make other people aware of that, if they're ever in the same situation. Here's the other thing too. I had a set start date of September 30th. Initially, so at the beginning of that week, the Monday is when I was supposed to return the offer of employment, and I hadn't yet because I was still deciding. Now, this is a big move for me because with this new company Y, I will be moving 2 hours away, almost 2 hours away. It's like an 1.5 hour drive, roughly. So this is a big move for me, so it was something I really had to think about and work out with my roommates, etc. So I wasn't sure if I wanted the position yet, so I waited until Tuesday, and then I emailed them back and said, hey, can I still sign the offer of employment now? Because if it's still available, I'll take it. And they said, yeah, sure, sign away. So, but here's the catch. They changed the start date to October 16th, which I thought, perfect, no problem. I'll just set the start date back after I sign and my battery's at 10%. So after I sign, I thought to myself, after I sign and return the offer of employment, I'll just set the start date to what it was before, which was September 30th. So I was like, that's no issue. I can worry about that afterwards. And that is where I played myself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because when I had the meeting with my company X and said, yeah, you know, guys, I have a new job lined up, I hadn't yet set the start date back. So after they let me go immediately, I called up company Y and was like, hey, all right, can we move the start date from October 16th to September 30th? And they're like, sorry, the guy that's hiring me, the engineer that is behind hiring me, is on a business trip for those 2 weeks and he wasn't able to do it. So he said, I'll only be able to have you start when I'm back. So that's why they can't change the start date. Hence why I am unemployed for the next 3 weeks. So guys, if you're ever in a similar situation, please clear up everything beforehand. If you're ever in a probationary period with a company, be very, very careful and plan everything meticulously so everything pans out correctly. Because in my instance, yes, it did for the most part, but I am still left unemployed for the next 3 weeks, aside from my part-time job that I'm working at on the weekends right now, and I have a few shifts throughout the week, but it's definitely not a full-time position. So be very careful of that. It's not the end of the world, of course, but I would have liked to start a lot earlier. And just be aware that some companies have different policies, and research those policies, read those employee handbooks. They're very useful, and educate yourself on those matters, and make sure that you have your job lined up immediately after notifying company X, as in my case, that you have a new job, so you can immediately start with company Y, and it's a smooth transitioning period. Now, that being said, I know now for the future what to do and to take precaution, and under your probationary period, be very, very careful and don't expect anything, because it's a cruel world out there and companies will do whatever they want and as they please. So stay tuned for the next video. I'll probably be uploading another one sometime this week in the very near future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If anything similar has ever happened to you, drop it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.